Hi, I'm Robert Cornke, and we're going to talk about the change in distance rule. It was in the original rules for three-dimensional chess that my father put in there, and it's it's a very important one that I put up a big defense for. I have actually received quite a bit of resistance for it from the 3D chess community when I've played with games from them. They feel that all rules should be opened up. But when we look at it, we'll see why I feel it's very important to have. For instance, when you put a bishop on a board and your any move a piece moves diagonally, it always advances or retreats from the enemy. And that's the basic concept of the change in distance rule. It has to advance or retreat from the enemy. And so if you're allowed to do these other variants, which you can play other variants in this game, but if you take out the change in distance rule, then you move. Let's say you're on this square, and then you move to that one, which is a side diagonal. Then you're no longer going from. You're not changing. You're not advancing or retreating from the enemy, the opponent, and then you're you're also open up like now imagine if the king had that possibility. You're trying to corner the king or the kings and pawns or something like that. You're also open up more concepts for draws. The king can now move on these side diagonals because um, of these concepts that now it doesn't have to move backward or move forward. When it moves, so it opens up a number of possibilities that perhaps you shouldn't have. But I mean, it's up to you. The other problem is the power between the pieces. It's going to change if you open up these diagonals or the knight. The idea in this game, we've already discovered over time that the knight's power is stronger than the bishop because of the size of the board. The bishop can only move 4 squares in any one direction because of the 8 by 4 space. The knight ends up being, you could probably trade knights for rooks and feel okay. It's fine, and you'll be it's okay thing. But if you take if you take out the change in distance rule, what happens now? How strong does the knight become? It becomes really powerful because it's just not it's all of a sudden you have all these other moves that it can make on these side diagonals. It has another a knight can make how many moves on a square board. So now it can make one. You can't see it down here. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now you have to multiply that. Rather 1, 2. It's always going to be 4. I think. The mathematics are always the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rather 5, 6. So you got to multiply that by 3. 3 different planes, whereas it would normally only be 2 different planes in the regular variant. And then, whereas, how strong is the rook? Well, a rook goes up and down and side to side. and then you just the knight is going to become so much more powerful than the rook because of these. If you take out the change in distance rule, and it's just these kind of things you have to think about if you pull the rule out of the game. The other possibility that people have added at a variant is, or thought about with a variant is, well, let's give that power to the queen. Okay, that's fine. And not to any other pieces. Another concept that I've heard of is a concept called the tridiagonal. And, well, they've thought about giving that to the bishop because of its hampering. It's hampered in this space. Well, okay, now the bishop would then be able to, or not the bishop rather, the tridiagonal would give the queen the ability to go not to go down there. It's a move that would allow it. You'd have to sort of look in it moves in all three axes. It's a 3-axis move. So I just move X, Y, and Z move. So then the next one would be down here. So that would be a tridiagonal move. So you can visualize it in your mind. You can see it. I mean, I can look at it with the camera. Maybe I'm not picking it up, but it's so you're looking one square down and over. It's almost like a knight move, but then even over farther. So if you see it up here, go to there, and it's never been in the original rules. I don't like playing it, but people like in the 3D community, they love it. It's part of their thing to do these kind of complicated games with the tridiagonals and all that stuff. I prefer the more simple game. If you play the rules that I have in there, the game actually has the same length, relative to the same length as a regular chess game.